Welcome to another episode of What Does That Mean to pass the time in quarantine. You're gonna be under my bed because I don't want to show too much of what's happening, and it's very obvious that my clothes are very fake right now. You know what? I'm just gonna take them off. Exposed. So I finished making my room. All I did was finish up the walls and remodeled my room, and I also cleaned it, and it was a whole fucking process of like 2 to 3 days, but it was well worth it because I really enjoy my room right now, and it just has a completely different vibe. So I've had the same room for the past decade.
As you can tell, my room is I don't like cleaning it up.
I decided that I wanted to change it, make it a little bit more modern, and so with any other like room decor, you should always start off with like inspiration of what you want. So I'll plop up pictures of like the things that I want. So after you get that idea, then I went on to like search up different methods for how I could make this brick wall, because that was what I wanted the most. I wanted either like a wooden wall or a brick wall, just because I thought it looked really like chic, and I thought black looked really good. And I also wanted something different because I was planning to do the basic brown, white, and green tone rooms that every older girl does. Oh, I'm not even in focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I decided to do this. And I don't know, it's not for everybody, but I definitely enjoyed making it for myself, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. My items only came out to around $45–50, and yeah, so good luck. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you soon. The thing about me is that I have a lot of things that I don't need. Like, for example, this is an arts and crafts thing that I made over the summer in Japan. And I get that it has like sentimental value and stuff, but I have a lot of sentimental things. Now I'm just trying to clear out all of my stuff and box the things that I don't need and then put it up there. I don't have to completely let go of it because I'm bad at committing to, you know, long-term things. Anyways, it's gonna take a while. Maybe I'll do a time lapse. But yeah, peace. Alright, I'm using a proper camera now. This is the status of my room. Okay, here's my closet, my mirror. I went to Home Depot and I got myself some paint. He recommended this one just because it's affordable. It was also very high quality, along with some samples, which I'm not actually going to use as a sample. I'm going to use as a way to help make my faux brick wall. And then I got some of this stuff. And over there is my joint compound, which I'll show you how I'm going to use. Yeah, total, this stuff cost around like $50. So we're on track. So if you don't know what joint compound is, it's also known as drywall mud, and it's used to cover up already existing cracks and holes in the walls, but I'm using it more as like a base color, and then in addition to that, we're going to use it to create different textures that eventually will look like bricks. While I wait for the joint compound to dry, I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the walls and cover it in this dark gray, almost black color. One concern that I had with using joint compound on my wall was like how long it was going to dry, because on the bucket it said that it would probably take around 24 to 48 hours, but then it's been 9 hours since I went to sleep and this entire wall is dry. I think I could start making my faux brick. This is the progress. I'm going to cover up that edge as well, and then I'm gonna stop around maybe this edge or this edge, and I'm gonna cover up this wall with this color as well. But I think before I do that, I want to start crisping up these edges and then putting on the tape to make the faux brick wall. So yep. I I measure my bricks to be around 3 inches tall and 8 inches wide, but this is completely customizable, so do whatever pleases you. After finally taping the entire wall, you can start on your second layer of joint compound. When this compound dries, it almost dries like cement, so it's pretty hard to maneuver after that. So while it was still wet, I took off the tape as well. Around 4 to 5 hours later, it should be dry enough that it will stay on its own. I didn't like it as crisp as it came out, so I decided to go over the edges since it was still moldable and to make it look more natural and jagged. And this is the best part. This is when you can be your own artist and you can use whatever colors you want. I used the samples that I got from buying my paint. But yeah, the only tip that I could give you is to not follow a system when you do this because it looks even better when it's random. Alright, so I think I'm pretty satisfied with my work for now. My brother's gonna get white paint eventually, so I'm gonna go in between the cracks with those and probably fix up some mistakes. But I'm pretty happy with how it is right now. Here's the finished brick wall. So it's not the most perfect thing, like there's some mistakes and there's some drips and all of that. But from afar, it actually looks really legit. Yeah, brick wall is done. If you want an aesthetic room, I highly recommend to get some string lights. Over here we have bulb lights. These were only probably like $8 on sale when I went to Bed Bath & Beyond. This one I found on Amazon. It's a whole string under the bed. I put the strings all the way through to the back so that way its length could be fully used. And yeah, and it also just lights up the inside too, which is really nice. And whenever it's annoying and it's in the way, then I just pull it to the side and I tuck it in right here. Honestly, lights, worth the investment. This is probably like, I'd say around like $14-ish, so